Hello YouTube, it is leg day today and we are going on the hack squat to try and lift more weight than I have in the past with depth, hopefully. I have been playing a lot of Tekken 8 recently and that game is awesome. I know that it's not really in the best state from what I've seen online with people who have been playing the game for years and years, but this is my first Tekken and it has been awesome. Currently at Battle Ruler rank, so the end of purple ranks, close to blue ranks, and I'm getting better. I need to learn how to crouch dash more consistently with Kazuya, but you know, I need a lot more practice, and I think just going in the practice zone and just continually trying to crouch dash consistently and getting correct inputs is probably just the way I need to do it. Because if you want to get better at something, just get up and do what you want to get better at. But on the contrary, that was unrelated. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about something that's been making me happy every day, which is Tekken. But leg day, this is probably like the most important day that is going to be in anybody's split, really. It's the day where you use pretty much all of your body parts in, you know, tandem. I mean, there's nothing that's being left out. Everything is being used, and there's a lot of stuff that I've learned after watching a few videos about squatting that I really haven't taken into consideration. I don't think I've ever squeezed my glutes while I squat, and I mean, I've used a belt in the past, so I didn't really have to brace too much. The belt would just do all the work for me, but I don't really brace as much when I squat, so I think I need to keep that in mind. Literally just bracing every body part, holding my breath, and then as I push up, that's when I can exhale and then get another breath when I'm at the top of the squat. So I need to remember that as I squat. I don't want to forget about it, because I think maybe that's the key to really starting to move up in weight more and more quickly, I guess. But I've been thinking about it, and I want to go to the local 24-hour fitness or something. I might go there because there's machines that I want to use, and I feel like I'm not growing as much because I don't have the weight necessary to actually push myself harder than I have been at public gyms, you know? Example, the dumbbells I have only go up to about 80, not about, they go up to 80 pounds. But I can do 80 pounds on incline dumbbell bench and incline bench, or not, flat bench, sorry. Flat bench, incline bench, all this other stuff. And I want to go up, right? Because I feel like, or not I feel, but I know that in the past, I have been growing my bench as I also grow with, you know, dumbbell bench and dumbbell incline bench. And I can't really progress that much anymore because I'm stuck at the 80s when I could probably be doing the 105s or the 110s or something, you know? If I'm doing 220 or 235 on incline, you know, or I'll use a better example, 225 for incline for 8 or like 9, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact reps in the past, but if I'm doing that for 8, then I'm pretty positive I could do around 110 for 8. And I have the 80s here at home, so I can't really push myself when I really want to with, you know, this extra weight that I could be using. Plus, there's a lot of other machines I want to use. I want to use more hamstring curl stuff. I mean, they have what I prefer for hamstrings, which is the seated hamstring curl, you know, when you have your legs up. That's what I like to use for hamstrings. I'm stuck with the lying one down here at home. And that's not really a problem, but I want to train hamstrings more often. And I only really feel it here at home when I do the lying version. And I've gotten better pumps when I'm doing the seated version. So I don't really know what my plan is for the future because I don't think I can record in 24-hour. I don't want to be a nuisance. You know, people are minding their own business. It's a public gym. I don't want to record anybody, you know. And I wouldn't care if they walk through the frame, but like, you know, some people just don't want to be recorded, and I get it completely. So I don't really know what the plan is going to be. Oh, and I also want to mention the back machines there. You know, the plate loaded rows where, you know, I can row a lot. I mean, the last time I did it, I remember doing 4 plates, right? So if I can do that, I want to do more. I want to go back and I want to do more of that. Thing is, I don't think I can record, and I don't want to get kicked out of the gym nor disturb other people. But I'll figure it out. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll see over the weekend. But I don't know. That's been on my mind. Being able to push myself more with other machines that are not accessible right now. But I'm gonna make the most out of what I have. You know, I don't want to sound ungrateful. What I have is very special. You know, not very few people have home gyms, right? So at least I get to work out in solitude, you know. But regardless, let's have a great leg day. Let's get it done. Let's push ourselves to be better, and let's smile at the end of this intense session. So I will see you there. Okay, I have the hack squat set up. So I think that for this, I'm going to keep my feet pointed outward instead of just straight up, and have them positioned more up on the platform compared to like down here, which I'll do this after the 2 sets of these. I'll explain what I wanted to do there, but these will be normal hack squats. My machine here goes, I don't know, about right here is maximum depth, maybe a bit more. I don't want to hit the bottom. I don't want to really bounce up. I want to keep tension on my quads, so I want to keep that, or I wanted to say that. And I also don't want to, like, if I do bounce up, I don't want to, you know, stay there at the bottom for a second because I'm going to lose strength, you know, doing that. And I just want to keep up the pressure. So I do have to control my breathing. I want to remember that because it is squatting. So, and I am nervous. But if you're not nervous when you're squatting for your top set, I don't think you're going heavy enough. So yeah, let's crush this. Let's stay positive and get this done.
Alright, so I tried to get a better angle on this, but the idea here is to do the thing Tom Platz did on hack squats, which is keep your legs really close together, make a V, and then go down and bring your knees out like this, and then push up with your heels. Not heels, toes. So I think I've never really tried these before. I think 225 will be okay for this. So let's give it a shot. And if 220 or if 2 plates on each side ain't the right option, then I'll lower it to like a plate and a 25 and see how much better that feels. Let's try it out and see if this works wonders. Okay, those squats did a number. I will definitely be doing those in the future. That is definitely a new staple because my legs are pumped up, or quads at least. So let's get the hamstrings up to speed. 3 sets of hamstring curls, and we'll be done. Okay, let's check out the pump. Feels pretty crazy, so I have some high expectations. See how it is. See how the new workouts did.
Alright, leg day done. Hit new markers for hamstring curls, and I really love the knee extended hack squats. Those are pretty awesome in my opinion, and I think they hit the quads really well because I felt it for sure, and they kind of amplified the pump a lot more than base hack squats. So I think I'll definitely be seeing those in the future quite often, and I highly recommend them. Try them out if you have a hack squat available, and you can really get a deep stretch if you can. Not bad for a leg day, I think. Hack squat, I didn't really hit what I wanted to hit. I wanted at least 8. I got like 6. So that kind of sucks, but we'll get better as time goes on. I'll be growing stronger as the weeks go by. So next time I'll just come more prepared for leg day. Unfortunately, leg days are on my most busy schedule for college. This day I have 3 classes, and they run. I gotta wake up at 6 and I'll stay at school till like 1:30, come back home, and I gotta go back from like 5 to 8. So it's a very longish day, but that's not an excuse to not go hard, you know. It's not an excuse. It's just a long day, and it'll challenge me mentally to get better, you know. When you have such a packed day, you're so out of it, and at the end of the day, I got legs. So, if anything, I actually prefer to be challenged more and more with leg day being on the busiest day of my week. So, it'll push me to be better, stronger, and it'll push me to be stronger physically and mentally as well. So, I will gladly accept that with open arms. So, all in all, really good leg day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.